Good morning, December 10th of 2022, and this morning we're just out here getting the things lined up. We're gonna be ready to pull some bolts off the oil pan and open her up, see what's the problem with that oil pan. There are 4 of these half-inch bolts, 3/4-inch heads. 2 were loose, the other 2 were semi-tight, and 2 out of the 4 had the heads worn. I wouldn't say half away because of the spring working up and down in there, but yeah, we took 4 of them out. I couldn't get a ratchet or a impact in there, so we just went with the regular wrenches. There's a total of 26 of these 3/8 bolts with 9/16 heads running along across the front of the pan and up and down either side. I'm going to remove all of them except for 2 about the halfway point, just so as make sure it doesn't come down on me before I get some support underneath there. I forgot all about my plan. I wanted to leave 1 bolt on either side in the center just to hold it up so it don't fall on my face. And then I'll put a jack underneath and take these bolts out from standing up outside the tracks, and then the pan should come down. There's that side. Now we'll get set up to do the other side. There's a total of, I believe, 26 3/8 bolts running from on either side in the front, and then 4 half-inch bolts holding the back of the oil pan to the bell housing. Seems to be a bung here. I have no idea what that's for. Okay, theoretically I can take them last 2 side bolts off, and might have to do a little prying. Get to get it to drop, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Got all the bolts off, so let's just see if she'll drop down. It feels like it's loose by the feel of the hammer, but we'll have to maybe double check, make sure we got all our bolts out, and then go from there. Morning. Not too early in the morning, probably noon by now. We started up the fire there a little earlier and just as you've seen, just knocked the dust off old Bill here. He's been sitting by the fire kind of thawing out slowly, so he's just going to get wetter, so just knock that snow off. But anyway, we've been underneath that cat there and I got a little bit done there, so we're going to take a break. I think it's lunchtime, so after lunch we'll come back and we will get that oil pan dropped. All right, we'll see you in a bit. It's hard to see on the camera, but when we went in, it's been an hour later, we went in for lunch and come back out, and the looks like the oil pan has just dropped down maybe not quite 1/8 of an inch. Looks like she's just relaxed in the weight of it over time, so I'm just going to let the jack down, see if it follows it. Looks like it's dropping off the dowels on this side. Looks like she's going to come down. Well, there's that ugly oil pan off the bottom of the motor. Looks like this is not really a good, real, original gasket. Looks just like cardboard. So it's been off before. Somebody's been into it. But anyway, that's the pan down. We'll just get it out of the road and start looking at that oil pump. Here's the first view of our bottom of our engine there. Here's the
front pickup horn. It's got some debris stuck to it and whatnot, but it's certainly not going to stop anything from the main suction, because, well, this is just it's a two-piece pump, and it's got the one part of the pump is just to suck the oil out of the sump in the front of the pan and just drop it into the main sump at the back. That's made that way to make sure the oil, if you're going on a downhill grade, gets pulled back into the back of the engine, stop it from starving so bad. But I'm going to remove that front horn. You can see where it's tied to the pump at the top there. We'll take that off, so that'll come off in a separate piece. And then I believe there's just 4 bolts. Actually, I'll take the bottom suction. I've had that off before. I cleaned it right out, and it was never really plugged or anything either. It looks like it's been sucked up, though. Like the screen has been sucked up, like it's been doing a lot of pulling. But when I pulled it apart, it was fairly clean, so I just put it back on and never made any improvement. That adjustment wheel was almost full of head, so it was almost maxed out for pressure, still putting out 0 pressure, so tells me that we are still going to find something wrong inside that pump. So anyway, we will get after it. We'll take the pickup screens off and go from there. Okay, here we have it. We got our oil pump, just 4 bolts off of this base, holding it to the block. Tapped it down, come out really easy. A little bit of sludge built up in the in-between area here, but this pin here is intact. I don't know if it's the original pin. It's on there, and I can see that this shaft, I can feel it with my finger as I'm turning it, that it's turning. I can hear some play in there and feel it. You can see it's traveling back and forth. Now, I don't know if that's normal, but we're just going to wrap this video up here today. We got what we wanted to get done. I got the pump out, the pan out and the pump out of the engine. So now it can just drip dry where it is. We'll just leave it here till morning, and we'll bring it inside the sea can there tomorrow and take it apart and see what we got going on inside here. There's 2 gear pumps. One's just a transfer pump. The top one here is the transfer pump to bring it from the front sump to the back sump, and this is the primary pressure pump for the journals, the engine. This here is the adjusting for pressure, and it's almost turned right in, so I'm thinking that's not right at all. Like, I was turning it in, trying to get more pressure, but there's never anything resulted out of it, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really anticipate that there's a keyway is just sheared or something. I'm sure there's something in that pump there that's wrong. So anyway, we'll wrap it up. We will come back at you tomorrow with another episode of just looking at what's wrong with this pump. Bye for now.